Good morning, watch collectors from all over the world, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click here and subscribe to my channel. Today it's a very nice video because I'm gonna talk about something that I know very well, the watch dealers world. One of the most frequent questions I receive on my social media account is, where do watch dealers get their watches? So today I'm gonna tell you where they buy their watches and how they sell them. But before starting, it is very important to know that the first skill a watch dealer needs to have is the knowledge. It is very important that a good dealer knows everything about the timepieces they have in their hands. They need to know the origin, they need to know if it has particular rarities or eventual problems, flaws, technical details, the history behind this timepiece before selling it to the final collector. Also, there are many diligence checks to do before buying a watch. The watch has to be clean, never reported nor stolen. This is very important, and this is what a good dealer does before getting a watch into his inventory. It is also very important to distinguish between good dealer and bad dealer, because today the world of watches is full of watch dealers, but not all of them are good and serious and reliable sellers. Not at all. I think many of you know my network of trusted dealers, Mondani Web, that I created 5 years ago to give the opportunity to watch collectors to know where to buy safely. This is very important because today, you can buy a fake watch or a bad watch that doesn't have to be fake, but it can be a bad watch with bad parts, is really around the corner because the internet is full of bad watches and bad people selling them. So please only trust few people. You can go to mondaniweb.com, and back to my network, I have to say that this is a very good advantage for collectors because they know how to buy safely and where to buy safely. And also the idea behind this network is to give the benefit and the chance to serious watch dealer to get noticed, to get known, because they really deserve to sell their watches. They deserve to get good merchandise because they are serious, they are reliable. They are those sellers who are there when you have a problem, if you have a question, if you have a doubt, they're always there for you. And these are Mondani Web trusted dealers. But let's go back to the main topic of this video, where watch dealers get their watches. It is important to know that, the life of watch dealers is not that easy. I mean, it's not walking into an AD and buy any watch he wants, not at all. It is not staying on his sofa with his dog and waiting for the call of a collector's selling their stuff, not at all. Watch dealers' life involve being online 24/7. Your cell phone will become your best friend if you are a good dealer. There are many ways to get watches, to get inventory, to source timepieces for a watch seller. And many of them, as I said, involve the use of our smartphone, which today is really our best friend. It really involves being online 24/7. Let's go through all the ways to buy watches today for a watch dealer. A small quantity of big dealers have a direct relationship with their AD, which doesn't mean that they go in there and they have access to all desirable models such as a Cerachrom Daytona or a GMT Pepsi. Or the Submariners or the Sky Dwellers or the Datejust 41 millimeters, not at all. But it's also buying solid gold watches, ladies' watches, and those models that don't sell over retails. This is just for a very small number of big dealers who have access to many watches. Other dealers buy watches from wholesalers who buy from AD. Before COVID, the easiest way to get watches, to find inventory, was going to the watch shows. There were different watch shows in every part of the world. For example, I remember the old times when I attended the IWJG show in America. It was so good. We had such a good time. The IWJG shows are my favorite shows ever. The environment is amazing. The organization is great. IWJG people are really good people. I miss them so much. And this is a very good way to find inventory from other dealers. So in America, the IWJG shows are certainly the most important. Then there were the antique show taking place in Las Vegas, in Miami, and in New York, and it's also a great show, obviously more for vintage. And in Europe, the main one is the WTA show taking place in Munich, Germany, which is also a good show. It's taking place in 2 days. Saturday is for dealers only. You need to have a membership to get in, and you need to pay an entrance, and the show is good. On the Sunday, it's Uhrenbörse show, and it's a huge show. Collectors are also welcome to come, paying an entrance. And this is quite a mess. I mean, you can find watches, but it's really a huge quantity of dealers, and the quality of the sellers are not so good, honestly. You have very good sellers, but you also have very bad ones. And well, you used to attend these shows at least twice a year before Christmas every time, because we sold a huge quantity of books there. And I really miss these times. I mean, I miss even eating Wurst and Spretzel in Germany. Hopefully, epidemic is getting better with the vaccination, and we can start to travel again. For watch dealers, going to the shows is very important because they can build solid relationship with other dealers. They can see watches in their hands, they can build their inventory. And by building a solid relationship with other dealers, you can also have the chance to get their telephone number, and when you need the watch, you just call your dealer friend and you get the watch. So I was just reminding the old good times. Another very important way to find watches is through the sales group on WhatsApp and Telegram, mainly WhatsApp. The first groups were born some years ago, and I'm very proud to have created some years ago one of the first groups of sales in Europe with my network, Mondani Web. And well, at the beginning we had around 100 dealers, so the business was a little bit slow. But well, after COVID, the WhatsApp groups became the most important tool to find watches and also to sell watches to other dealers. So during the epidemic and during the first lockdown, the number of our trusted dealers became from 100 to 200, and now we have over 450, because this way to get watches is very, very good, very powerful, because with one message you can find all the watches you have. The WhatsApp groups allow you to find a watch, any watch, at any given time. But be careful, because there are so many groups today. Everybody creates groups, but which are the safest groups? Obviously, I say my groups, but it's not because they're mine, because my groups have a very severe and deep control. We carefully check every single dealer who wants to join the network. We need 2 dealers vouching for him. They need to have a VAT number, they need to have a website, they need to have an Instagram account, and I also ask to my private collectors if they have an experience with them. And in my groups, anytime a dealer has a question, they can talk to me directly or with my team. We are always at disposals of our dealers if they have a question, if they have a doubt, if they want to be sure about the reliability of the person they're buying the watch from. We are there for our dealers, always, all the time. There are other good groups in America, in Hong Kong, in Dubai, but be careful, because WhatsApp groups are very good but can be dangerous as well. Because imagine, I am in like 100 WhatsApp groups. Obviously I put silence in all of them except mine, because I mean, my telephone is like message and notification all the time. And well, imagine if you are in a group with not so much control, you don't even know who the administrator is, or you know it but you don't really how reliable is this guy. You buy a watch, you do a wire, and the other dealer disappears and doesn't send you the watch. So you lose 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 euros. What do? Well, in my groups, obviously, this cannot happen because it's me behind it and my team. Anyway, so the WhatsApp groups are a very, very good tool today to build inventory for watch dealers. Other dealers buy watches from the so-called watch flippers. So those people who buy from the AD at retail price and immediately go to the secondary market and they buy for much more expensive. Last year, thanks to the YouTube show Grey Market made by my very good friend Roman Scharf, we learned a lot about the watch dealers world, but I think not enough. Roman did a great show and now the second season just started and I love it. It's one of my favorite shows about watches, but we still to know a lot about the watch dealers world, because I have the feeling that sometimes the grey market or the secondary market, or call it however you want, is seen like something dangerous. Actually, it is dangerous if you buy from the wrong people, okay? But if you buy safely from reliable and serious dealers, this is totally safe. And this is not bad, because sometimes I talk with collectors who tell me, oh, you know what, I will never buy out of an AD. But why? I mean, if you have to wait years and years to get your dream watch, why do you have to wait? You still can do amazing investment paying over retail, paying a premium. If you bought 2 years ago a ceramic Daytona in stainless steel, today you would have learned 10,000 euros more, okay? Because the prices of these sport models keep rising, keep increasing. So it's not bad to buy out of the AD for a higher price. This is not bad at all, because what you buy today is already a good deal, because tomorrow it will be more expensive. When I bought this Pepsi, I paid 13,000 euros, okay? And sometimes I was said, okay, but you are crazy, why are you paying so much? Just wait for a couple of years in your AD. And I said, no. And now it's 7,000 euros more. I mean, I will never sell it, I'm not a watch flipper at all. But this is the demonstration that you can buy over retail and you can still do money. But it's not only a matter of doing money, it's a matter of investment, it's a matter of the satisfaction of having a piece that increases in value. So please don't hesitate to buy in the grey market, but only from reliable certified dealers. I remind you one more time to go to mondaniweb.com and have a look at the list of our trusted dealers. You can really trust in them. I can guarantee for them, for their seriousness. Guys, stay tuned and learn more about the watch dealers world with me and with Mondani Web. Follow my Instagram profile, Giorgia Mondani. Click here, subscribe to my channel, be in touch with me for any suggestion you need about buying watches.